Welcome to Anneliese's Mixed Media Series for Beginners. Come on in, sit down, relax, and enjoy this series. And thanks for watching. Hi everyone, welcome back to Anneliese's Mixed Media Art Journaling Series for Beginners. And this week you're going to need some watercolor paper. I usually like to get the Canson brand, and I can get it at Walmart for about $6, which is a lot cheaper than going and getting it online or on Amazon. So if you have a Walmart near you, check it out. If not, look for something, some beginner watercolor pads. You can find them at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or one of your local art stores. They might be a little bit more spendy, and like I said, I like to try to show you how to stay on a budget, kind of, without going out and spending an arm and a leg for art supplies. So this week I want to show you how I create some like doodle type flowers for my art journals. And what I tend to do is I take the paper once it's done and I scan it onto my computer, and then I can print it out in any way I want. And the paper tends to be a little bit thinner and easier to glue on, onto your art journal page. Or you could use directly, if you don't have access to a scanner or a printer or whatever. You can just go directly and glue it on, but you will need some kind of thick glue, gel medium, or some kind of like a glue. And a lot of times I use Aleene's tacky glue to glue a lot of things down in my journal, like embellishments and things that are a little heavier. This tacky glue is awesome. I usually will buy it with a coupon. It's not really that expensive, but having said that, I like to use a coupon for things that I use very often, or things that I might have been saving up for, like an expensive item that I've been saving up for. That's when I'll use my coupons. So today you're going to need some kind of a ballpoint pen. So I'm going to look for one here. I can find it. Thought I had my ballpoint pens. Give me a moment. All right, and this time of year is a great time to start looking for back to school supplies. Look in the back to school supply bins, because you'll find some cool stuff. I think I got these at the dollar store. They are all kinds of different colors, and they have the button to push, and then you push on this piece here, and it'll bring it back, put it back in. Anyhow, so I'm going to start with a black ballpoint pen, and I'm just going to go and start just doing some flowers, and they don't have to be perfect, okay? They don't have to look realistic, anything like that. And sometimes I'll come in and do little extra doodle kind of things like that. Let me zoom in a little bit more. See a little bit better here. And I'll just keep making some doodles for things that I might want to make for my art journal, for collage pieces. It could be for embellishment kind of things to add to my page later on, because when we're all done with all of our pages, I'm going to show you how I come in and add extra little things to it. You could also do some cool like circles, okay, and leave the space inside blank, because then you can write later on a favorite quote or saying that you might like to put in your art journal. Almost kind of, these kind of remind me of ornaments. And they don't have to look perfect. They can look kind of funky. Your flowers, you know, something like that. It doesn't have to look perfect. In fact, I don't really care for this one very much. So there you go. So I don't like to waste all, you know, I don't like to waste, you know, the blank space. So I'll just keep doodling and whatever, and then it fills all up, and then I'll scan it onto my computer and cut those out. I didn't mean to go over that one, but oh well, that happens. This is just sort of a practice page to kind of show you how to go about creating, creating your pieces, okay? And then once you get those all together, what you're going to do is you're going to take, now remember when I said you'll need some water-soluble markers, okay? So, I just bought these at the dollar store. They're washable markers. So if you go to, like, you know, your dollar store or any of, like, you know, your local department stores that happen to sell everything, like Target, you will find either the Crayola brand or this Play School brand, and it will say washable on it. So that means that it is water soluble. It means that if you get these on your clothes, it will wash off. All right. So having said that, these are water soluble. And then remember I said to get a water brush. I have Pentel brand water brushes. They look like this. All right. And Arteza sent me these a while ago to try out. And I really like the Arteza brand because they have different sized nibs. Different sizes and like that. So they're pretty cool. But if you're limited to the pointy, the really round kind, get those, you know, and that's what the Pentel brands come in, and they come in different size round nibs. They don't have any flat ones like Arteza has. So there's the difference. But I do like these a lot because you can take them anywhere. They're portable. You fill them with water, and then if you take watercolors or water brushes, you know, water soluble markers like I'm showing you here. So you have, you know, instead of going out and buying expensive watercolors, you can actually turn your ink pens into watercolors. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Okay. So what you do is you come in with your water brush. You have to squeeze it a little to get the water going, okay? Sometimes it kind of drips, so make sure that you have a piece of paper to dab off any extra water that might go onto your page, or you know, you might not want the water in that area, and you can dab it a little to get off the excess of the water soluble markers. And you could even mix colors together to get another color. And the way to do that is you would go ahead and get a little palette. Okay, this is actually was from some cream cheese thing. And instead of throwing it out, keep it as a palette. And you could, you know, add your colors here, color your color inside the container, okay? And then you could come in and get another color to create a different color altogether. So it'll mix together, and this became brown kind of. So there you have it, okay? But that's not what I'm going to show you how to mix today, colors. I'm just showing you how I color in my actual flowers and things using water soluble markers. Now you could even just color in your flowers, but if you want a more of a kind of a wet look, then come in and use your water soluble markers. So I'm going to speed through the rest of this just to give you an idea of how to color in your flowers, your doodle flowers, to use as embellishments in your art journal page. Little lesson of how to create some watercolor effects for flowers or whatever to glue into your art journal. And stay tuned for next week as we'll delve into I'll show you how to create some embellishments for your journal, and how to use everyday household items to create your embellishments by hand rather than going out and buying all kinds of things. So I hope that you enjoy this and that you'll come back and visit. And I'll post a link down in the description box below with the Facebook group. If you're interested in joining, that's where I'll post things in the files area of all the videos for these lessons, as well as maybe some extra little goodies here and there. And I hope that you enjoyed this and that you'll come back. And thanks again for watching. Toodles, bye. Have a wonderful day.